Chapter 5. Carl Seeger? Yes, that's me. Good to meet you. The elderly man raised out his hand. I am a friend of your father's, Professor Bernhardt. Do you mind if I come in? You're friends with my father? Yes, old friends. Sure. Carl swung open his front door as the professor moved past him. Welcome in. The professor stood admiring the quaint living room and waited for Carl's guidance. Carl, I'm so sorry about what happened. I'm sure this must be a very difficult time for you. I traveled a great distance to be here for your father. How far are you coming from? California, my boy. Well, that is ways. Have a seat. They both made their way to Carl's wraparound couch and made themselves comfortable at either end of it. Drink? Glass of water or maybe something a little hotter. Do you have any milk? Carl smiled to himself. Sorry, fresh out. I have an allergy to milk. Oh, I am sorry. A glass of water would be fine. Professor Bernhardt waited quietly for his water, admiring Carl's family pictures hanging from the walls. Thank you, Carl. So you're old friends with my father? Yes, I guess you could say that. Carl thought to himself, well, you definitely look the part of a professor. Bernhardt was about his father's age, with a thick grayish beard to show for it. He wore a light sweater and tweed jacket on top, even though it was far too warm for either. His spectacles must have been about 1/4 of an inch thick. Carl, I'll get right to it. I'm a member of a secret sect your father also is a part of. We call ourselves the Torchbearers. Has your father ever mentioned us? Carl studied the professor's face a little closer. No, not by name. He mentioned something about a family secret last time I saw him. He really wasn't well. Would you know something about a family secret, Professor? Yes, Carl, I would. Your father, I, and others have kept a secret alive, passed down through generations. That secret that our Christian God is in fact dead. Dead? Carl smiled again to himself and eased back in his couch. And you believe this? Yes, unfortunately I do, Carl. I'm sure you must have serious doubts about this. I'm here to convince you otherwise. Don't suppose you can offer any physical proof, can you? No, I cannot. Yes, of course not. That would be far too easy. All I can ask, Cal, is for you to keep an open mind to what I'm about to say. I think I can do that. Cal was both amused and intrigued at the same time. Go on. Cal, have you ever had the feeling that we are being fucked with? I mean, not just by someone in particular, but by someone upstairs? Yes, I've had those days. I think everyone has. What if I told you were being fucked with? But not from someone upstairs, but by someone downstairs? Wouldn't that make a lot more sense? I mean, most people, when asked, will tell you that they feel blessed. But did they really feel blessed? Or is it really more accurate and honest to say they feel like they've been fucked with their entire lives? Mostly undeservingly so. You ever wonder why terrible things happen to so many people that don't deserve them? And on the other hand, why so many people that are morally corrupt seem to benefit, sometimes thrive in this world? There may be some truth in what you say. The reason, Carl, is because people are being toyed with by the devil himself on an everyday basis. You've seen him thousands of times in your lifetime. You just didn't know it. Everyone on this planet has. He's the clerk messing with you at the local grocery store, the mechanic that ripped you off down the street, the neighbor that is a constant thorn in your side. He does it for fun, Cal. He has all eternity to fuck with us. He rewards those who give in to sin and punishes those who do not. I was told you are a history professor yourself. The body of evidence history presents itself within the past few centuries teaches us nothing. It teaches that it is a malevolent force that guides this world. The Holocaust, the world wars, the growing strife between the races. Cal, he enjoys watching God's creation at war with one another. It's pure entertainment for him. Just like you turning on your television set. Professor, I have studied history my whole adult life, and to be quite honest, mankind has always been at war with one another, including the time of Christ. And I think most people believe God was still around then. But look at the accelerated pace, Kyle, of the past 300 years. Mankind is racing towards atomic self-destruction now more than ever. It is only a matter of time. You know that. Let me ask you, Cal, I know you're a good man. Does your goodness stem from fear of hell, or the promise or reward of heaven? Cal mused. To be honest, I don't really think of either when I'm trying to do the right thing in life. I don't like the way I feel when I have committed wrong. Religion has been used throughout history by governments to control the masses. They needed the people to believe when no one was looking, and they tried to use religion to instill fear into them, to make them behave. But it doesn't really mean religion is without merit. That's good, Kyle. It's very good you feel that way. But you know as well as I do that the majority of humans on this planet aren't as admirable. Many of them only keep to the straight and narrow out of self-serving fear of damnation. Even with the threat of damnation, the devil still collects billions of souls without even trying. Just imagine if that threat of damnation were lifted. Just imagine how many souls he would collect. If the truth be told, Kyle, it doesn't even matter now. It's over, Kyle. God created us in his image more ways than we gave him credit. In his appearance, in his emotions, and yes, even his mortality. What nobody knew was they would come this early. The Battle of Armageddon has now been won by default, Kyle. Let me ask you this, your secret sect, what is its purpose? We try to carry on knowledge that our Lord was killed. We do not know how exactly the devil killed God. Yet that someday, somehow, things can change in some unforeseen way. The professor lowered his head and said much quieter, I guess we do it out of hope. And where is Jesus? Where is he in all of this? We don't know. He's one of the reasons we still hold out hope. We don't think he's strong enough to turn back the devil without his father right now. I'm sorry, Professor. What you say is compelling. Sometimes I do wonder, when I watch the news at night, how God could allow so much horror to occur every day. But without proof, I really would have a hard time ever accepting this. Kyle, when God designed the universe, it was integral to him that there would be no proof of his existence. If there was God, would be classified in textbooks by the cold hand of science. Do you know that the giant squid was once considered a myth, Kyle? That is, until it was found, examined, dissected, and displayed just like every other living creature has ever been. Proof in science eliminated the wonder of living creations, including God himself. Unfortunately, this also plays to the devil's benefit. The devil's greatest ally is convincing people he doesn't exist, that hell is not real. The most important reason God did not make himself apparent to man was because without this, there would be no such thing as faith. And faith is essential to religion and God himself. Faith allows us to believe in the unseen, to carry on hope when all hope is lost, and to believe not because we are forced to, but because we want to believe. We want to believe in a greater power, Kyle, something larger than ourselves, and we want to believe this greater power has goodness at its heart. Unfortunately, this is no longer true. And my father was a part of this sect. Yes, he carried on this knowledge from your grandfather and from his father before that. There's more, Kyle, and here comes the frightening part. The devil knew of your father's knowledge and tormented him every day of his life. He was there at your father's stroke, Kyle. He was the one that brought it on. Now that your father is on his last legs, he'll come for you, Kyle. He'll come for everything you love as well. Kyle just stared blankly at him. He didn't know whether or not to be frightened or to toss him out. This sect of yours Do you have a plan for fighting the devil? Now it was the professor's turn to stare blankly, and they burst out into laughter. Fight him, Kyle. The professor's face turned bright red from laughing. I'm sorry, my boy, but the fight is over, and he has won. He has heard every word we have said today. He is now, like God was before him, omnipotent. We just try to carry on this knowledge in the hope that someday things will change. When he comes for you, Kyle, do not lose your moral consciousness. Do not lose who you are. No matter how he may torture you or the ones you love, do not become his servant. The one thing he cannot alter in all his newfound power is your soul. God created your soul with the option of choice. This is the only option, the only weapon you have left. Are you a churchgoer, Kyle? Yes, every Sunday. Those praises you have been offering every Sunday, thanks you give, when you sing in the church choir, those choruses go onward to none other but the devil himself. Listen, you seem like a nice enough man, and I'm a little shocked that my father is a part of all this, but it seems a little far-fetched. Carl, you don't need to believe in the devil for him to exist. He believes in you.